everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the Spirit of Rock event, in which the Rock Spirit is added into the game. We're going to be going over these two teams, as well as one additional one. As you can see here, we are also on our Let's Play account, not on our normal account. This is mainly because this troop this week is a lot better earlier into the game than it is later, so I figured for the first time, I'd actually show them off of my Let's Play account. Of course, that doesn't mean we won't be as leveled, but let's actually go and see this troop now. We did only have one troop this week. This is mainly because they are starting to slow down just slightly because they were trying to get a large number of troops by the end of 2016. They're still going to be adding a lot of troops, but we may start seeing one troop weeks, just like this week. But there is, of course, a new kingdom coming up, and this isn't like the end of double or triple troop weeks. They are just going to be throwing in single troop weeks on occasional, like this week. But it'll be a little bit easier for newer players since you don't have to worry about spending as much glory or getting as many troops, which is good for this account as well. Well, what it does is destroy a row and column, then deals damage randomly split among all enemies, and that is boosted by brown gems destroyed. This is pretty big because it has a 4 times boost ratio on those brown destroyed, so it can rack up a lot of extra damage from that, maybe even more than Ranger under certain circumstances. As you can see, the stats are all at the bottom. A little bit of a lower HP, but a very high armor. This is not as good because HP is, of course, better than armor in almost every instance. It does have a 25% bonus this week because all Drifting Sands do have 25% bonus, as well as all monsters, but he is not a monster. He also has Elemental Bond, Alert, and Stone Skin. The only one really being particularly good is the Stone Skin on him. As far as brown-purple trait stones are concerned, the main two I would say that are probably the most worth trading are actually the Rock Spirit itself, mainly due to its Stone Skin, and probably a Bone Dragon, especially if you are above about level 200 or so and happen to have it. So let's go into these teams now. We have two teams. We're also going to be showing the one I'll probably be doing on stream and farming with quite a bit. So we're going to go over all of those. Of course, we went over all of the events the other day, but the most important one to note about this new troop is that this week you do gain 500 additional gold every single time that you use it within your team. So that is going to be very, very beneficial for us since we, of course, have a very low gold amount. So every single win we get in PvP this week will be giving substantially more. So let's get into these two. Let's do them in order and start with a double Ranger Deep Bore Rock Spirit. Generally a Ranger Deep Bore Rock Spirit earlier in the game like this should be pretty powerful. Ranger and Rock Spirit both do that very high split damage, and of course the Deep Bore is to make sure we give them browns, and then you can basically do anything for the other slot. In this instance, I just put in another Ranger, as we happen to have the Ranger quite more leveled than these. Right now my Deep Bore is only level 1, and right now my Rock Spirit is only level 12 using the last of the souls I currently have. So kind of good that there was only one because we are basically out of souls at the moment, but we'll be getting more later into the week, especially once we start using some soul farming teams. We may on this account need to go for more arena runs. Arena gives pretty good souls, but I'm kind of waiting until we get celestial armor before I get into doing a lot of soul farming again. But one thing to keep in mind this week is there is, of course, the treasure map bonus. Every single time we do treasure maps this week, you will be gaining a event gems, which is the first time that's ever happened. And that's pretty beneficial because we'll be able to farm all the resources while still doing all of the events. And we can finally use all of our maps that we just have laying around. So right here, we are going to give it a skull. Not too big a deal, though, because we'll be able to use Deep Bore. I'm going to use it all the way to the left column. Normally I use it all the way to the left or all the way to the right on the column that has less browns, as that will give it the highest chance of getting an extra turn. We can take that right there, but instead of actually taking it, I think I'm going to take it for pure damage. So we're just going to do this, kill I think 5 or 6 browns right there, which as you can see does a lot of split damage. Now we have 2 Rangers. We'll just do both of those. One thing to keep in mind is that this actually destroys everything in the row and column, exactly like that of Soothsayer, which means you actually get all of the mana that they destroy as well, which is why or how we got both of these up. So we'll just aim at one of them with the Ranger, do that again, and that is the match right there. Very high damage output, particularly for earlier in the game, because these boost ratios don't scale until later in the game. So the earlier you are with stuff like this, the stronger it'll be, which is kind of the inverse with things that boost based on armor, attack, or HP, because the later in the game that you are, those tend to be better because you have more stats. So let's get into the second team here. I'll see what the... let's go for the 2 trophy here because he's actually using the new troop as well. So we can kind of see what new troop versus new troop looks like. This one is an extremely budget team. We're only using a level 1, a level 1. It is an epic though, and a level 12. We're also just using our basic hunter with the wrong class, using a yellow spear because that will help us cover the last of the colors. We could always use the double purple +1 red -1 yellow, but I didn't have another troop that I could really fit in to make it work, so I just figured I'd plop in a hero there for now. Extremely budget. It's only a 2,000 rating. I didn't catch what his was, but I think it's about 1,000 over us. You can see his hero is quite a bit stronger because he's actually using a class, the wrong class for his weapon. I haven't really gone over that much on the Let's Play, but I'm pretty sure most of you kind of already know what classes do. But this one's giving him 5 extra magic only if he's using a red weapon. And of course he's using a green. We have no class, so we're not getting any extra magic on our weapon, nor any extra stats. You can see his stats, even though we're both on an epic hero, around the same-ish level. Actually, I'm higher level than him. My hero is weaker because we haven't bothered getting a class yet on this account. But we'll go over here, get a blue. Mainly just need to do essentially what we did last match. We're going to be getting our deep borer up as quick as possible. We're going to get those browns on the board and then kind of go from there. We'll be able to take that extra turn very nicely. Get a bunch of brown, get a bunch of red. Very nice cascade. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually give us the last of the mana that we need, so we'll need to go seeking that. I'll go for the purple here. Maybe we'll get the green. No, we don't, but at least we got the mana from that. Of course, we will want to focus on... purples whenever we can, because that one purple will give us the last of the mana we need for that. Deep borer is already up, so we have to waste these blues, unfortunately. I could have probably taken it the other direction and hoped for a cascade, but we just did it that way. Not that many browns on the board, so I'm kind of going to ignore the board for now. The only problem is he does have a rockworm and 3 things that use brown, including this sand shark that has 50% bonus this week. Only 2 troops have it this week, Sand Shark and the Great Maw, and he's using one of those 2. Luckily, he's very underleveled on his troops as well, but we'll actually... Green Surge would be amazing right now. I don't think we'll actually get it, though. Okay, nope. Don't get the Green Surge. One of the reasons why we are using this bear in this team is it is similar to our rock that we have, in that it has a boost ratio based on brown destroyed, except he has a 5 times boost ratio. Only difference is he only hits 1 random target, and you don't get to choose. But he does have a little bit of that board control because he can actually choose where the explosion is. He just doesn't get to choose who gets damaged. But we'll throw this down, get the browns that we need. Of course, with so many things that boost off of brown, we'll easily be able to do quite a bit of damage here, as well as getting our deep borer up from the cascade is even better. So right here, I think I'm just going to explode any area where we can get 4 brown destroys. There's actually 2 right there, or actually just probably 3 right there, and maybe 1 other location. I think I'm going to go for this one though and hope for some kind of cascade, but we'll do that. Get a huge hit on one of them. As you can see right there, we just did 20 damage, or his 18 that he had remaining. Actually, wait, never mind. That was actually 30 damage because we destroyed 4 browns, so that is 30 damage total, 20 additional one, 5 per brown destroyed. So yeah, we actually did 30 damage to him, even though, of course, he only had 18 life. So we'll throw this down and get some more browns on the board. We didn't actually need anything with mana, but now we have a much better alignment because we can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 browns into this. That is, what is that? That is 28 additional damage onto this. So that should almost be a team wipe. Oh, nope, not close. Another one would be. Did I even do the full damage of it? I'm kind of looking here and... Oh no, that seemed a little bit low for 7 of them. But it could have just been that they were a lot more durable than what I was thinking. But we'll just let him do his thing to us. We got a very lucky extra turn right there. I'm going to try for some cascades if we can. So I'm actually going to do it right here, even though it doesn't have as many browns. Hoping that we get some area right there. Though it doesn't even matter. That second one is enough damage to clear them out. And there is one more additional team I want to show after this. This is likely the one I'm going to be using on this account for most of the week. The main reason I didn't show it is because not as many people will be able to use it, as it does use a Dragon Soul, and it is this one right here. It's pretty much what we were using last week, except Rock Spirit is there instead of the Void Portal. So essentially the same thing, except with even more damage now, because the Void Portal was mainly just a defensive troop. But I could see me with this basic setup using quite a bit of things. Basically, that giant spider Dragon Soul combo is going to be used for quite a bit. Of course, we do have the deep borer instead of the troll that we had last week in this current team that we are using, but should be able to do quite a bit of damage. Of course, our Dragon Soul doing 11 damage per cast to everything is going to be quite devastating. We'll just keep taking the extra turns, trying to get the spider up, or really just anything, but we already got spider so close, we might as well finish it out. So we'll take that up right there, and we will give it a bit of yellow, but I'm hoping that he puts more purple onto the board, and he does. And unfortunately, he gets an extra turn out of it, so hopefully he won't interrupt this area, and he doesn't. So wait, yep, and he doesn't. So we'll easily be able to take something out of there. We can also do it on the browns below, which I think I'm actually not going to do because we need that a little bit for the boost ratio. Yellow may be the best bet then, since we don't actually use the yellow. I was just hoping we could get a little bit more mana than that. That unfortunately isn't enough mana, but right there sitting there is. So we'll just take the greens, keep taking any mana that we can off the board. We'll pretty much just have our whole team up. And yeah, it goes pretty smoothly from there. We can use this right now to get both the skull and the damage there. I think I'm gonna, like, we could use it like right there would be a pretty good spot. I think I'm gonna hold though and just clear out the board and then do it after. Mainly because if you have something with full AoE, you want to use the full AoE that hits all the enemies before you go for the split damage. That's applicable for almost every single split damaging troop in the entire game. And ooh, very lucky there that he didn't get the devour. But now we can go for the split damage because we have reduced his HPs. Unfortunately, that will not be enough damage to kill, I do not believe. I don't think we can hit enough browns to make that work, so we'll just hit it right here. Hopefully the skull kills him beforehand, and that one skull, I believe, did give us the last damage that we needed. Or just slightly enough, but there we go. Pretty straightforward. You mainly just need to use him essentially like a soothsayer. So that'll wrap it up for this video. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.